Hello again, amazing people. Welcome back to Building Your Health Esteem. I am Jerome Craig, your host, and today's episode is titled Pattern Awareness. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. In the last episode, I revealed to you what Create Promise meant as a framework and as an acronym. Today, I'm going to tell you why I created this and how you can use it to benefit your life. One big reason that I created this is that I love words and wordplay, alliterations and word puzzles and so on. And another reason I created this is I also struggle with morning routines that I believe are important, such as meditation and journaling. So a little backstory here is at the start of the year, my wife shared a word search puzzle with me. At the top it said, the first 4 words you see are your focus for 2021. And you've likely seen something like this before. So I played along, and my 4 words were in line with my vision for myself, and my wife experienced that too. Is this a fluke or the subconscious at work? It doesn't really matter. What that word search did was bring about some reflection and conversation. Now, I had been playing with creating something like the Wheel of Life assessment for health esteem, and I thought this would be a fun way to gamify my morning routine and set some focus and intent for the day. So I've used Create as a random word search acronym and used Promise as my daily pillars of health acronym. Here's what I do. I generated a few word search puzzles filled with positive, action, power, motivation words that start with the letters from Create. As an example, in my word search this morning, the first C my mind landed on was certain. I found reach, looking for the R, and then excite, achieve, trust, and elation. 1 word for each letter. I write them down, and I spend a few minutes reflecting on creation and how I can apply these words, certainty, reach, excitement, achievement, trust, elation, to my day, and how I could turn those words into a sentence or two, a paragraph to recite at the beginning of my day. Then I move on from Create and I go to my Promise acronym. And as I revealed last time, the words I have assigned to Promise are what I consider to be pillars to better health. I bring awareness to, I reflect on and write the first thing that occurs to me when I think of the day ahead and how it relates to my pattern, my recuperation, operation, my movement, my intimacy, sustenance, and of course my expression and energy. It's simple really, and it works for me. I'm connected to it a little bit more than just writing in a blank journal, which has been a struggle for me. So here I have good prompts, and that just helps me clear the first hurdle, just getting started. It's a great way for me to start the day with some time for reflection. Okay, so now that I've explained that a little bit, I'm going to reveal what I mean by pattern and why I believe it's an important pillar to health. I'm going to address the other 6 letters in Promise in future episodes because I want to keep my podcast episodes short. Okay, let's talk pattern. Last time I mentioned that a pattern can be considered a model, a guide for making something, and I also like the regular and repeated way in which something is done. I like that definition, which also represents rhythm, and there's definitely rhythm in life and nature. Even if you believe that life is full of surprises and that no one can predict the future and life is a great mystery, as much as that rings true, there still exist patterns that weave through our life and nature. Patterns can help us grow, and patterns are also our habits, the good and the bad ones, the ones that can keep us stuck and frustrated. Pattern becomes the habits that form our health, our personality, and create our experience of this world. So I believe that pattern awareness is very, very important. Outside of our personal patterns, I believe there is definitely a rhythm and a repeated pattern in nature. We see it all around us. There's daily rhythms, there's weekly rhythms, there's monthly rhythms, seasonal, all these rhythms. And humans have done a pretty good job of disrupting natural patterns. I mean, we override them from our use of artificial light, which tends to just be going up and up and up. We don't follow seasonal variation with the temperature. We live in these controlled homes, high-tech temperature regulating clothes, car warmers, seat warmers in our cars. We seem to be striving to obliterate seasonal variation. And this also shows up in our food. I mean, we're eating bananas, a tropical fruit, in the middle of winter. It's not even a regional fruit. But I don't want to belabor this point too much. We have definitely disrupted the rhythm of nature in our lives. And a fascinating area of science called chronobiology, which studies peripheral and central body clocks and the effects that have on genetic expression, shows that human rhythm is so intricately tied to light and dark cycles. And you might know this as our circadian rhythm. And you should know that we have this part of our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and it serves as a central pacemaker. It's the central clock, and it regulates most other rhythms in the body. And we have these other peripheral clocks that are influenced by that central clock. That central clock is pretty much a self-sustaining internal clock and runs on a 24-hour cycle that optimally is synchronized to the rise and setting of the sun. Now, here is an example of a rhythm that occurs throughout the day. Our wake cycle in the morning is stimulated through a rise in a hormone called cortisol. It's just one of those hormones that helps you get up and start your day. And when that cortisol rises and falls, it sets up rhythms or triggers for other hormones in the body. And we can see how poor blood sugar control, exercise at the wrong time of day or the wrong intensity or other stresses can disrupt this cortisol rhythm and in turn affect other counter-regulatory hormones, and this can mess with your health. We also know that this circadian rhythm, when it's disrupted, has a pretty negative effect. Sleep disorders, which are on the rise, we see those who have these sleep disorders tend to have way more metabolic disorders, obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol. All of these things are more prevalent in those who don't have regular sleep patterns. You can see why I think pattern is a super important thing to reflect on. And I'm not asking you now to go and change everything and set yourself up to a minute-by-minute schedule throughout the day. Right now, I just want you to start thinking about how to create a better body and start noticing where your patterns are. So start by noticing what's going on in your daily life, your daily rhythm. Where are those patterns serving you, and where are patterns hindering your health? So I'm going to wrap this up because next time we're going to focus on recuperation, and then I will go through the next few letters, and once we've gone through all of these at a higher level, we're going to talk about how you can change your life, your health. You can build a better body. You can work on better health esteem and start to thrive. Thanks for listening, my friends. If you find this interesting, please forward it on to somebody else, and you will hear from me again soon. Until next time, be aware and take care. I'm out.